So it's the next day. It's another beautiful day here in England. I don't know what's happening. Like, England was always described to me as this gloomy, dark place where it always rains. But for the past month or so, it's been like this. Clear skies, blue skies, not a drop of rain. I think in the past month it rained like 3 times, and that was overnight. I don't think I ever had like daytime rain in the past month or so. Since I started working on this bike, it's every day I could work. There was, like I said, overnight rains where it was wet on the ground, but I just moved to the concrete and that's it. During the day, it's always like this. Sometimes it's a little windy, sometimes it's a little overcast, but it's nice and warm and dry. So anyway, back to the bike. Today I'm gonna try the little starter fluid again. I'm gonna hear it just one more time. The battery is charged, the jump starter is charged, so I have plenty of power. I'm gonna try that one more time, see it run. I like to see the smoke coming out of the exhaust because that means the engine is burning the starter fluid and exhausting it as it should. And then after that I'm gonna hook up the tank and then try to run it on its own fuel, on gas, on petrol, and see what happens. I really hope it runs on fuel as well, on gas, because if it doesn't, that means the carburetor has issues. And I tried disassembling it and cleaning the jets, but I don't know. I really didn't know what I was doing, so there might be some other problem with it. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. So yeah, let's do that now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it around a little bit to get the engine turning and oil circulating through the parts, because I heard that if that starter fluid has a very drying effect on components, so it's good to have some oil circulating through the engine when you use starter fluid. So I'm gonna put it into like fifth gear, and then I'm gonna roll it around here in the yard to kind of move it around a little bit so it doesn't stay stagnant. And then after that I'm gonna try starting with the starter fluid and then the fuel. So yeah, I'm gonna put the camera back there and then do that. As you saw just now, for you, for me, about 3 hours ago, I went to start the bike and it didn't start. It just clicked. So that's what I did yesterday as well. I assumed then that the battery was dead and that I just needed to recharge it. But as I went to start today, as you saw, it did the same thing, even though the battery is full and the jump starter is full as well. So I went online in despair, really, to check what it might be, if it just clicks but no start. And then they said the starter might be bad, which in most cases means a new starter. So I went and I disassembled the starter motor, the thing where the starter motor is, which is down there, right down there. And then it was difficult because everything was stripped again, but I managed somehow. And then I pulled the starter motor, which dumped all the oil out, most of it on the ground, but I was able to catch some of it in that thing. Anyway, I took the starter. I just noticed some oil on the tire. I'm not sure where that comes from, or maybe I have no clue. Brake calipers and some lights. Fork isn't either. Is it? No. Anyway, so I pulled the starter and I took it inside and I disassembled the whole thing. I didn't record any of it because I was frustrated. But what I noticed is that there are two tiny little magnets. I think they're called brushes in the starter motor, and they were kind of stuck in the little holders that they have, because it was just kind of like some fine black dust and some rust. So what I did is I sprayed some WD-40 on it, and I just kind of notched it out of the little socket, and then it started to move freely. So I oiled it up to both of them, because there are two, and once they started to move freely, I assembled the whole starter back together, and then I put it back on the bike, and now it cranks again. I was really scared of this one because I was absolutely sure that I had to buy a new starter, which is like a 50 pounds or so. It's not the end of the world, but I'd like to avoid it if I can. So yeah, I was able to fix that, and now the bike cranks again. I don't know how long, but I don't know much about or anything about starter motors, but it looked good inside. The only thing was that little brush was stuck. So I think it's good now. I hope it's good now. But yeah, now it cranks again, but it's 5 o'clock again, PM, obviously. So I think I just had to waste another day. I'm gonna start the bike on starter fluid again, because I wanna hear that sound again. But I think I'm gonna move the whole tank assembly and start on gas or petrol. I'm gonna move that until tomorrow, because I'm just tired now. I had to go through a lot of frustration and a lot of work with that starter motor. Although I'm really proud of myself to have been able to fix that, because that was the very first time I ever saw a starter motor. And I'm starting to realize that the book that I have, the manual, the Haynes manual, is not all that useful, because what it does, I mean, it shows you how to disassemble things, but what it really shows you is how to overhaul everything, meaning replace all the O-rings, replace pretty much everything inside. It doesn't really show you how to troubleshoot, like if it doesn't work, what exactly it could be. So I had to just use common sense to just see what doesn't look right. But yeah, I was able to fix it that way, which is really nice. So yeah, I'll stop rambling on now, and I'm gonna go and try the bike again. I'm gonna move the camera to the somewhere over there. As you heard that, it's back to business. That was really nice, really loud as well, although it was full throttle, so that's probably why. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this today. I'm gonna go, I don't know, watch some YouTube or something, and then tomorrow morning, early morning, 9 a.m. That's early morning for me. I'm gonna go and crack on, as the English say. Alright, that was a good day. I learned something today. Now I know how to disassemble and fix a starter motor. So you live, you learn. Alright,